Mark, thanks for joining us. What do you expect out of this game between these two teams that seem like they have a lot of question marks attached to them?
Well, plenty of question marks for both teams. Good morning, by the way. 6-2 and a quarter. A solid probably 238 right now, by the way.
Wow.
So, don't body shame me. Let me just get through the season, all right?
That wasn't your playing weight, was it?
No, hell no. I was closer to like 230, 228.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting up there. But let's talk about the big game, honestly, the thing that's dominating the headlines, and you know this, is Saquon's return to the Meadowlands. And I think it should in a lot of ways, and in other ways it's, kind of the way business is done around the NFL, and it's a bummer when it's one of your best players and they move on. I think there were some issues on both sides. I think he wanted at least a contract offer, and I don't think the Giants wanted to lowball him. So it was kind of like why don't you test the market? He did, felt good about where he was going to go, and now he gets to play his former team twice. So that's always tough. I think when you look up front for the Giants, missing Andrew Thomas, I mean, that's a monster. Their left tackle being out, that's huge. And that's going to affect Daniel Jones. That's going to affect his ability to operate. And we'll see how much the Eagles pass rush tries to take advantage of that. And then speaking of pass rush, you got the Giants. They were leading the league in sacks. I don't know if last night changed any of that, but I think when you get, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, who they got from
Carolina
free agency, and Carolina, and then Dexter Lawrence. When you get that three-headed monster, and Dexter Lawrence has to take two guys, then you get those two other dudes on the edge. I mean, that's a nasty pass rush. So without Kayvon Thibodeau, that's going to be an issue. This NFC East is up for grabs, man. It's not like anybody's completely run away with the division. Every team has issues.
What if the Eagles don't make the postseason, Mark?
Ooh, I think Coach Sirianni's going to be having a lot to deal with, not just fans yelling at him on the field, and chirp him back. Like, that's just something that comes with.
I don't think he's gonna have nothing to deal with because he won't keep his job.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't make the playoffs there, I don't know. Ask Doug Peterson. I mean, shoot, the guy won a Super Bowl, and a couple years later he was out of there. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. But when you go play in Philly, and I know this personally, the fans will get on you, and they'll say some personal stuff that's rude and out of bounds, and stuff that you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
Wait, what's the worst thing you heard?
Oh, God. I mean, my nephew was like 7 years old at the time. So we didn't really take him to games. Let's just put it that way. Telling somebody, go back to Mexico and take your family back to Mexico. You're just like, wait, what? Like, what does that have to do with football? You know what I mean? And what am I going to say? I'm going to stop playing and take my energy and focus and be like, hey, my great-grandpa immigrated here legally and worked for the railroad in Bisbee, Arizona, where he met my grandma. Like, hey, man, back off. Like,
that's not a really good comeback, though. I mean, it's not that snappy.
I mean, it's lame. And what am I going to say? Give my whole family tree? Check out this family tree from third grade, bro. Like, what are you going to say?
Hey, so how about a 23andMe? Take that.
Yeah. So it's kind of what it is in Philly, and it's unfortunate, but I can tell you that those are some of the most passionate fans around. And when you're winning, just like anywhere else, it covers up a lot of warts, and people think you're probably better than you are. So, it's just kind of the way it goes. But yeah, I mean, missing the playoffs in that division this year, there'll be some coaches on the hot seat for sure. That'd be tough.